and 7:30 p.m.
Good evening, horse racing fans, and welcome to Saturday night's edition of See How They Run.
Yes, tonight in your armchair, See How They Run will take you around the racetracks of South Africa, which includes racing from the Garden Course, Gosford Park, the 400,000 Rand Schweppes Challenge, a Group 1 event run over 1,600 metres. Racing at Gosford Park will be the Snow Craybark and run over 1,000 metres, and racing in the Western Cape, down at Kenilworth, the Emerald Stakes run over 1,600 metres. Molly Mandy, your favourite there.
Well, let's get into the action part of the program and join commentator Craig Peters at Gosford Park with the running of the fourth race, the first leg of the Pick Six.
Gathering 3 lengths off, and then Beretta's Gold. 2:50 to go, and Rajiv still in front. Golden Gathering, then Psychosonic Cindy, but Rajiv has it clear as they pass the 200. And it's Rajiv. Golden Gathering's trying to make a race a bit late, but Rajiv's holding on by a length and a half and will win it. Rajiv the winner, Golden Gathering second, third placing Psychosonic Cindy, then Beretta's Gold.
A very, very impressive victory for the son of Mexico 2 there. Rajiv from the Patrick Shaw stable and confidently ridden by Johnny Gerudis. Second place to the favourite, number 3 Golden Gathering, and third place to Psychosonic Cindy. The irony of this victory is that Rajiv won the Snow Craybark exactly a year ago to this day. This is the first leg of the jackpot at the Garden Course this afternoon. The Schweppes A-Division handicap. Tridalia now on the lead from the Patrick Lund stable.
Night Duty between runners, then Classarian, HMS Pinafore. It's Tridalia on the outside, holding on. Night Duty coming late, HMS Pinafore on the inside. Tridalia, HMS Pinafore the inside. Night Duty's wide out, here comes the line. Tridalia from Night Duty, close for third between Mugwump and HMS Pinafore.
Well, that was the proverbial train smash for jackpot Pick 6 and place accumulator punters. The winner, number 11 Tridalia, second place going to number 7 Night Duty, and third place going to number 6 Mugwump. And now See How They Run takes a look at the big one of the afternoon, the 400,000 Rand Schweppes Challenge. On the lead right now, Art of V, Flaming Rock second from the right in your picture now. Can he make it 3 consecutive victories?
Secret Rights on the stand side. 300 to go. Art of Eve the leader. The Jets are starting to kick in, and here comes Flaming Rock. Secret Rights is trying to go with him, but Flaming Rock is now erupting into action, and he's going to make it 3 in a row in the Schweppes. Flaming Rock's going to annihilate this field. Secret Rights will be second. Art of Eve just held on for third. Fourth placing went to Tavares.
Well, commentator Craig Peters said it all. Flaming Rock did it. He did the impossible, an absolutely sparkling performance. He is now a 17-time winner and will shorten dramatically in the forthcoming Rothmans July betting. Second place to a gallant number 7 Secret Rights, and an excellent run from RDV in third. See How They Run's best bet on the card was Likely Prospect, seen on the rail now with the purple cap and the yellow sleeves. Can he do us proud?
Coming home strongly. Snowstorm, Likely Prospect feeding the stick, putting his nose in front. Sherborne Abbey the outside. These 3 left to fight it out. Likely Prospect going smoothly inside the last 100. And Dougie White booting home Likely Prospect by 3.5 lengths. Sherborne Abbey will snatch second. Snowstorm third. The fourth place who enter dance party.
Well, indeed, he did us proud, and a superb win for the son of Secret Prospector, who continues to fire since his demise. Second place running on strongly number 9 Sherborne Abbey, and third to number 13 Snowstorm. The final leg of the jackpot this afternoon at the Garden Course saw Dancing Nassau start favourite at 16 to 10. She's third from the left of your picture with the very famous star effort colours of Tolly Novick.
Dancing Nassau, Major Star all chasing. Chicago City keeps on finding more inside the last 50. Has it by 2 lengths from English Crown. And Chicago City shows a lot of class here to win 2 lengths from English Crown. Dancing Nassau, I think we'll just get third, skimming fourth, and then Major Star and Fair Proposal.
A very confident ride by Kevin Shea for Chris Nath aboard Chicago City, the winner. Second place to number 4 English Crown. Third to number 7 Dancing Nassau. And fourth to number 15 Skimming. This is the final leg of the Pick 6 at Gosford Park this afternoon. On the lead now with the yellow cap and the blue body, Rock the Music.
Shake up on the outside. Rock the Music, Lovely Gift making a race of it, then Society Miss Lupescu, 2.5 to go. Rock to Music on the outside, Lovely Gift, the outside is making a race of it. Rock to Music and Lovely Gift, but Rock to Music's doing enough. Rock to Music's right on time by 1 length from Lovely Gift. Lupescu kicked on for third. Maybe Society Miss fourth. That was close with Spaybell.
Well, that was a very good performance, a very game one by number 7 Rock to Music from the Island Bestel stable, and well ridden by Glenn Hatt. Second to number 3 Lovely Gift, third to number 4 Lupescu, and fourth to number 8 Society Miss.
Well, as far as class of racehorses was concerned and sheer excitement at the Garden Course this afternoon, Schweppes Day was an absolutely marvellous affair. It's time to join commentator Clyde Basil now at Gosford Park for the running of the first leg of the Pick Six. Of course, the feature race there, the Snow Craveachen run over 1,000 metres.
2 lengths away to Sorge on the inside. Cam Tails begins to close in quickly on the inside, 3 lengths back. And For Your Eyes Only running on in the blue on the grandstand side, 300 to go. Mighty Nureyev, the long shot, holding on. Cosmic Train coming out of the pack, and For Your Eyes Only in the blue on the grandstand side begins to lengthen his stride as well. Cam Tails on the rail, For Your Eyes Only on the outside. Cam Tails on that far rail going too strongly for them late though, and Cam Tails goes on to win it. For Your Eyes Only will be second. Leopard Man came from dead last to be third.
Number 1, Camp Tails, the winner, the centre of a serious betting coup from the Carl Derrida stable, and Lucky for Lucky Hoodalakis, the boy in the irons. Second place to number 4, For Your Eyes Only. Third to number 7, Leopard Man. And a fourth to number 14, Who's This, who ran on strongly. Well, number 16, Venetian Splendor, was made favourite for the Snow Craveachen. Did she have the credentials to beat the likes of Star Award?
And she's hit the front with 200 to go. Smart Compier, Star Award on the inside, down to these two right on the outside. Phantoscope and Flare Out, Gold Exchange. But Star Award's going on too strongly for this field, and Star Award is classy for the sprinters. She's beaten them by 2. Gold Exchange got second, close for third between Smart Compier and Phantoscope. Venetian Splendor couldn't go with this lot.
Well, Star Award, the champion filly of the Highveld racing season, drifted inexplicably in the betting, but it was a very facile winner indeed and will win a few more races. Second place to number 2, Gold Exchange. Third to number 6, Smart Compare. And fourth to number 4, Phantoscope, your second favourite. Well, the external feature race on the Gosford Park card was the 400,000 Rand Schweppes Challenge. For those of you who didn't catch the result earlier on, here it is. Number 2, Flaming Rock, winning his 17th race and third consecutive Schweppes Challenge. Second place to number 7, Secret Rights. And third to number 6, Art of V. This is race 7 at Gosford Park. Never give up, given a lot of weight last time out. Only 50.5 on his back this time. Let's see if he ever gives up.
Your Uncle begins to close in now. New Age in third gear. They got 200 metres to go. Bob's Your Uncle, Never Give Up along the inside. Donovan Song on the grandstand side. Never Give Up, and Bob's Your Uncle come down to these two. Never Give Up, Bob's Your Uncle. Never Give Up has won it. Bob's Your Uncle second. Very, very close for third. Might have gone to third gear.
A very gutsy performance by the Chris Erasmus trained Never Give Up, well ridden by Jethro Carter. Narrowly defeated was number 9, Bob's Your Uncle, third to third gear, and fourth to number 5, Donovan Song. The SA Nursery winner Bold Cruiser was made favourite for race 8 at Gosford Park this afternoon. He's on the lead right now with the black and yellow colours. Can he stay there?
On the inside, and Russian Dream 200 to go. Bold Cruiser, Russian Dream coming home strongly. Warden trying to find more on the inside, and Warden slipping into another gear. Bold Cruiser on the outside, Russian Dream. Bold Cruiser, the long-time leader, held it from Warden into second, and Russian Dream was third, but this was a great finish.
Well, just as Warden slipped into that other gear, Pierre Stratum said, "I corner, you're not going past me," and Bold Cruiser won a very, very good race. A superb ride by Pierre Stratum. Second place to number 11, Warden, and third place to number 9, Russian Dream. This is the final leg of the Pick Six at the Mine Shaft this afternoon. On the lead, Domination from the Carl Derrida stable, closely followed by White Magic.
200 to go, Domination, but White Magic is a determined challenger on the inside. Domination, White Magic along the inside. Josephine Baker beginning to run on stoutly now. Josephine Baker flying up the centre of the track and going to go on and win it. Josephine Baker won it. Second placing might even have gone to Flying Brave with White Magic third, then Domination.
The man with the big race temperament, Stephen Jupp, timing his run to absolute perfection aboard the Stuart pedigree-trained number 12, Josephine Baker, the winner. Second place going to number 3, Flying Brave. Third to number 11, White Magic, incidentally our selection. And fourth place to number 2, Domination.
From the dry Highveld racing, let's go down to the Western Cape at Kenilworth, where the going was a bit heavy, and join commentator Johan Malherbe.
Earl of Lorraine starting to run on, still has 4 to find on the leader, but Corporators galloping strongly as they come to the 200. He has the lead by 2.5 lengths. Laughing Grass is trying to close in. Mexican Dream is wider out, but Corporators well clear. Corporator down the inside is going on strongly. Mexican Dream trying to cut back the deficit up on the outside, but Corporator, an easy winner of the first leg of the Pick Six, wins it by about 7 lengths. Mexican Dream will be next. Then came Without Equal and Earl of Laurent in a photo.
Well, this is what happens when you give a horse a 318-day rest. Mark Waters turning the son of Labrado out in perfect condition and winning by half the racecourse. Second place going to number 17, Mexican Dream. Third to number 13, Without Equal. And fourth to number 4, Earl of Lorent. Well, the feature race, the external one, which was race 5, was run at Clarewood Park. Flaming Rock, of course, the winner. Now this is race 6, and number 2, Ellen's Isle was your favourite. Third from the right with the hooped green sleeves and the yellow blinkers.
One on either side. Ellen's Isle down the inside. Rocket in the centre, sticking to her stars gamely, and Enderbenny's wide out. Boltonica and Truly splashing, but Rocket is keeping challenge at bay. Enderbenny and Boltonica are flying. Rocket, Boltonica coming strongly. It's going to be close. Rocket may have got there a short head from Boltonica. Then came Enderbenny. It's very close.
Well, Rocket from the Mark Waters stable certainly did hang on by the shortest of short heads. Second place going to number 8, Bold Tanika, and third to number 1, Enderbenny. The 6 to 10 favourite for the Emerald Stakes was Molly Mandy. The grey filly with the red cap and the blue colours, 3 from the left of your picture.
Lengths off them. Express Ridge has come to the front from Sterling Land, and it's Express Ridge galloping on strongly in the closing stages. Express Ridge goes on to win it. Very close behind that Season's Wish, then Sterling Land, and Molly Mandy well back in fourth.
Well, that turned out to be an armchair ride for Eric Chillen aboard number 9, Express Ridge. Second place to number 8, Season's Wish, and third to number 10, Sterling Land. This is race 8 at Kenilworth. On the lead right now, Foreign Source in the Graham Beck colours.
Foreign Source, those keeping challenge at bay, close home and defying top weight. Foreign Source goes on to win it. Handsome Air in a photo for second with Save Formar along the far side. Then Ludwig's Music and Java Jive.
Well, as we rightly predicted, 5 in a row for Foreign Source, the winner. Second place to number 8, Handsome Air, and third to number 6, Save Formar. This is race 9 at Kenilworth. On the lead now, Best Mate. Can he stay there?
Best Mate with the advantage. Main Assembly down the inside, can't stay with him, and Best Mate now drawing away. Best Mate going on to win it from Main Assembly, looking ahead, Rain On for third.
Well, a cheerful end to the day for Colin Burrows after Molly Mandy's disappointing run. Second place to number 5, Main Assembly. Third to number 4, Looking Ahead, and fourth to number 16, Wonderful Inferno.
Well, that concludes the horse racing part of tonight's program, and now moving to the inside track. We promised you a little insert on some research that was done at the University of Durban, Westville, to show you what it's like to become a jockey. If you are one of the chosen few who have the physiological attributes to be a jockey, you need to measure up to many stringent prerequisites. The University of Durban, Westville did the following investigations: height, weight, leg length from ankle to knee, and from knee to pelvis, foot size, flexibility, strength, endurance, and VO2 max, which means the maximum oxygen utilization percentage factor. Besides these basic physical necessities, the life of a jockey requires enormous discipline, determination, and dedication. It requires astute management of time, and the obvious rewards resultant from success: big money management. Results of these tests are carefully monitored and relayed to the Academy Master, who will in turn use these results to assist him in the planning of the young apprentice's career. South Africa has unquestionably produced some of the world's greatest jockeys, a fact which is undisputed. This can be illustrated by our very own Michael Roberts, current United Kingdom champion jockey; Basil Marcus, current champion jockey of Hong Kong; Bart Elisha, past Hong Kong champion jockey; and we are quite sure that any one of Jeffrey Lloyd, Felix Coetzee, Piers Stradham, Dougie White, Reese van Wyk, Carl Nesius, Anton Marcus, and indeed a host of other top-class riders would hold their own anywhere in the world. Have you ever thought about a career as a jockey?
The 750,000 Rand Top Sport Bloodline Derby, 19th June, Clarewood Park. Don't miss it.
Good evening and welcome to this Friday night edition of See How They Run, your armchair ride around the racetracks of South Africa.
In tonight's program, we'll preview the Top Sport Bloodline Derby run at the beautiful garden course, Clarewood Park. 750,000 Rand on the line there, 2,400 metres to cover. Racing from Gosford Park, we'll be taking a look at that meeting, which will be held there tomorrow, and also racing down at Kenilworth in the Cape.
But before we get into the thick of things and preview racing around the country, Andrew will be back with the Chief Executive of TVA, Graham Hawkins, right after this.
It's the Natal winter season at full gallop.
Back with See How They Run, and Graham Hawkins with me in the studio. Quite some time since you've been with us. Nice to have you back, Graham.
Nice to be back in the studio.
Graham, tomorrow's race at Clarewood Park, the Top Sport Bloodline Derby. People sort of on inspection looking at the title of the race would automatically associate Top Sport with television. Could you explain to us the bloodline concept and what it actually means to horse racing?
Oh, I think it means a tremendous amount to horse racing. About 4 years ago, Top Sport and the Thoroughbred Breeders Association got together to promote a racing program, which included, of course, as the flagship, the Top Sport Bloodline Million for 2-year-olds over 1,200 metres. But the concept of the 1 million rand race was expanded through the Bloodline series into 8 events, initially just 3, the big 3, the Cape Guineas, the Administrators Classic here in Johannesburg, and the Derby down at Clarewood Park. Then those 3 events was expanded into an 8-race series to incorporate a couple of races for fillies and so on. But obviously the whole Bloodline series has centred around the big 3, and it has been a wonderful association with Top Sport. They've also were involved with our sales. They've been known over the last 3 years as the Top Sport National Yearling Sales. We've had the Top Sport Bloodline Million and the Top Sport Bloodline Series. Unfortunately, that association has now come to an end. Tomorrow's race is the last under the official banner of Top Sport at this stage. However, we are at the moment talking to them again because we do have another Bloodline series to go. And as you know, we've changed the Bloodline Million concept slightly for 1994 in that instead of having 1 million rand race over 1,200 metres for colts and fillies, we're going to have a 500,000 rand race for fillies and a 500,000 rand race for colts. And we would welcome Top Sport back on board with us.
Well, we're very proud to be associated with being able to give Top Sport and the Bloodline concept more exposure, and I hope that a lot of people out there now understand the concept more fully. Just going to the race itself, very interesting to note that Chief Advocate from the Pat Shaw stable, the son of Law Society, he's only won twice, collectively by 14.5 lengths. He's favoured for the race with White Tie Fair. They're at 7-2. How do you see the race?
Well, it's wide open, as the betting suggests. Any race where they're betting 7-2, the field suggests that it's wide open. The important thing about Chief Advocate, you say that he's only a 2-time winner, but he's won his last 2 starts. And that's the important thing. He's won them by a combined margin of something like 14 lengths. He's beautifully bred. He's by Law Society out of a golden fleece mare. He's bred to see out every inch of the Clarewood 2,400 metres, and he's clearly an improving horse, a horse that's taken some time to come to hand, but is now on the right path. But having said that, this is, of course, the first time that he comes up against anything of any note. White Tie Fair ran 4th in the SA Derby. Pajama Party ran 3rd in the SA Derby. They'll make their presence felt. Unfortunately, we don't have the SA Derby and the Computer Form Derby winner, Hidden Fortune. He's been kept at home for a crack at the SA St. Ledger, which is the 3rd leg of the local Triple Crown. It would have been very interesting to have Hidden Fortune there. But nonetheless, in the absence of Hidden Fortune, as I say, the race has a wide open appearance. I think it's going to be competitive. It's close. But I think the bookmakers are just respecting the fact that Chief Advocate is well-bred and has come to hand at the right time.
Just one final question with regard to the race. Do you think that we have a horse of the calibre of Fine Regent who was able to win the Triple Crown and win the Derby in between of those legs in the Transvaal?
Well, that was an incredible feat of training last year, one that James Marie hasn't tried to emulate. He has not tried to take Hidden Fortune up to Clarewood and then bring him back a week later for the SS St. Ledger, which is exactly what Ormond Ferraris did with Fine Regent last year. And Fine Regent won 4 races over testing distances within the space of 2 months. It was absolutely an incredible feat of training. No, I don't think in this year's field that we have a horse of the calibre of Fine Regent, but that's the way it goes. Some crops are better than others. I think Fine Regent was a top-class, brilliant 3-year-old stayer, and I don't think tomorrow's Derby lineup has a colt of that calibre. But nonetheless, it's going to be a very exciting race.
Your pick?
I'm going to go with Pajama Party.
Same stable as last year, and Ormond Ferraris also has the Oaks winner, Lamborina, in the race. Well, Graham, thank you very much for joining us and See How They Run, and we certainly hope that it is as exciting as it was last year, and look forward to the continued involvement of Top Sport with the Bloodline Series.
Thank you, Andrew.
All the actions at Clarewood Park this Saturday, 19th June, the Top Sport Bloodline Derby.
We're going to be giving you a comprehensive breakdown of who we think are the horses that will fight out the Top Sport Bloodline Derby. But before that race 4, Clyde, I make it a 2-horse race between number 3, Treasure Ship, and number 6, Son of Adelaide from the Pat Shaw stable. Let's take a look at the last 2 reruns of Treasure Ship and Son of Adelaide, respectively.
300 to go. SAS the leader from Treasure Ship and Prince's Gate. Then Avisa looking for a split. Sweet Betty Brown on the inside, and then Tales of Fortune. Treasure Ship now hits the front at the 200-meter mark. Internal Revenue coming strongly on the outside. Sweet Betty Brown the inside. Treasure Ship, Internal Revenue on the outside with Sweet Betty Brown. It's going to be another close call. They hit the wire. I give it to Internal Revenue from Treasure Ship, photo for third.
400 metres to go now, and it's Red Raider asked to go on with it. Syrian Blue and Bold Cruiser on the inside. Aquavir on the grandstand side. Son of Adelaide in the blue, and With the Passion is coming home strongly on the inside. This is Red Raider still on the lead. Son of Adelaide in the blue colours coming on strongly, and Bold Cruiser finding another run. With the Passion, Racemaster flying as well. They run to the wire. It's very, very close. Bold Cruiser, Red...
Well, both of Treasure Ship and Son of Adelaide were both narrowly beaten in their last runs. We spoke to their respective riders, Andrew Fortune and Johnny Gerodis.
Last time the 6, I think it's a touch far for him, and he's definitely better over far furlong.
Looking at a horse like Son of Adelaide, who ran second in the SA Nursery and then failed a little bit in the Smirnoff, how do you think Treasure Ship will go against a class of horse like Son of Adelaide?
Well, Treasure Ship is a very gutsy sort, you know, and I think Son of Adelaide is going to have to be at his best over far furlong. He's definitely going to have to be at his best.
Well, Andrew, my horse has improved tremendously from his last run. I'd say if he was as well now, as he is now, he would have gone very close in the Smirnoff. Treasure Trip is the horse to beat, but I think we will give him a run for his money. My horse has come on off that run tremendously, and I think he'll be right there in the finish.
Well, we believe here on See How They Run that we'd be absolutely astounded if anything were to beat Treasure Ship or Son of Adelaide. And whether you're taking swingers, exactas or trifectas, we believe you'll be in the payout queue.
Most definitely. It should be a two-horse race, race 4, the first leg of the Pick 6. Now let's move on to race number 7, the main attraction at Clarewood Park tomorrow, the Top Sport Bloodline Derby, over 2,400 metres with 750,000 rand is on the line.
Yes, and I think what we should do now is take a look at a montage of some of the fancied runners, starting off with the favourite, Chief Advocate.
Chief Advocate now strikes the front at the right time. Down the inside, Lone Wolf McQuaid is coming home strongly. That's Chief Advocate, Lone Wolf McQuaid on the inside of that, but Chief Advocate, too many guns for this field. Chief Advocate cruises in by 3.
White Tie Affair coming home strongly. Greg Norman and White Tie Affair past the 150. White Tie Affair and Greg Norman, nothing in it. Greg Norman, White Tie Affair plugging back gamely on the outside. White Tie Affair and Greg Norman, but White Tie Affair won it. Greg Norman, Lord Maidford and Imperial Lord ran fourth. 300 metres to go. Ringwaneo clear, 3 lengths. Scuba Kingdom trying to close in. Ringwaneo, Scuba Kingdom coming with a good challenge on the outside. Ringwaneo and Scuba Kingdom over the last 100, but Ringwaneo continuing to hold on as they rush to the wire. Ringwaneo won it from Scuba Kingdom, Mystery Kid, and Where to Now.
But it's Superdome by a length and a half, and Hidden Fortune now beginning to close in up on the outside. Hidden Fortune coming home strongly. Superdome down the inside, come down to these two. Hidden Fortune on the grandstand side is too powerful for Superdome. He'll win it by a length. Pajama Party was third, then Soviet Rising.
Well, I have no doubt that Hidden Fortune is one of the greatest stayers that we've got in South Africa, which brings Superdome into the race with a very big chance.
Indeed it does, and Pajama Party, Graham Hawkins' selection, would also have to come into the race with a big chance. But I'm going to go with Tony Millard. I'm going to go with Ringwaneo. I think he's coming to form at the right time, and you know, Millard horses in the Derby, very hard to beat. I do respect Chief Advocate, though.
Of course, Tony Millard has got a strong hand in his coupling with Waitara. Ormond Ferraris has got a number of runners in the race, and so has trainer David Payne. So we're looking forward to a great Clarewood Derby tomorrow, Top Sport Bloodline Derby, to be run at Clarewood Park. Let's move into Gosford Park then, race number 5 on the card. We have a look at the feature race, the Jubilee Handicap, a race run over 1,700 metres for 65,000 rand, where here Ormond Ferraris once again comes into the fray. Number 6, Sizzling Sun, should be the one to beat. His last run was then runner-up to Foolish Pride. Let's go back to that now.
Into the final 200 now. It's Sizzling Sun and Foolish Pride. Foolish Pride starting to extend his advantage now, gone clear a length. Foolish Pride in a galloping mood once again today and going clear to win it. Foolish Pride a length and a quarter. Sizzling Sun second. Raised the Pace was third and Game of Glory was fourth.
Well, on that run, certainly the one to beat Sizzling Sun, but I'm going to go with the Gary Alexander trained 1,000 Nights. I think she'll be perfectly suited to Gosford Park. 51 on her back, Pierce Stratum in the irons. What more could you ask for?
Must come in the race with a big chance. Of course, Sizzling Sun has won at Gosford Park before and over the distance of 1,900 metres, so you must respect that and respect, of course, the trainer Ormond Ferraris. Move now to race number 7. Of course, race number 6 is the Top Sport Bloodline Derby at Gosford Park. Race number 7, a bottom division handicap. Race run over 1,900 metres, where number 6, Frederico, who ran at the Val on Thursday, finished 4th, only a length and a half behind, and was balked right up to the 100-metre mark. Let's go back to that run quickly.
Reno's Way on the inside, Be My Lady and Miss Wonderful. Federico's running on late from behind. Here's Miss Wonderful taken off on the outside, and Be My Lady, they hit it. Miss Wonderful got it from on the inside. Be My Lady second, then it was Reno's Way behind that, Federico.
Well, Federico only raced 5 days ago. I'm sure there'll be a lot of raised eyebrows, you know, sort of Australian-style racing. But I'm quite sure the trainer Stanley Ferreira knows what he's doing. And Federico, a tough one to beat at Gosford Park tomorrow.
And if you're looking for another banker, page over to race number 8, the Brian Weed trained Harrison, definitely the one to beat with only 50 kilograms on his back. And of course the form line is very good, as runner-up to Harrison on that day was Lamea, and Lamea came out and won at the Val on Tuesday.
Well, much as I'd like to disagree with you, I can't in that score. It's a very strong form line. And let's leave the yellow grass, the Highfield, and go racing in the Cape, where the grass is very green, and in fact the going is yielding, bitterly cold down there now, and let's take a look at their card.
In race 5, number 4, Court Messenger, the one to beat. Court Messenger from the stable of James Lighthart, having a look at his last win at Milnerton in a B division over 1,600 metres, with the purple sleeves and the purple cap about to move into the lead.
They have 200 metres left to go. Russian Ring, Court Messenger down the inside and Record Style, but it's Court Messenger now who takes it up from Record Style. Russian Ring back in third, and Court Messenger is going on well. Court Messenger goes on to win it. Record Style races on behind that in second. Russian Ring in third, and then came Honey Bunch.
Well, my only comment is that if Court Messenger hasn't been exhausted by the trip all the way to Natal, where he ran 9 lengths behind Dancing Jewel, and that form line has been very strong with Golden Prerogative having won, I think he'll be a very hard horse to beat. Now, King of the Strip runs in race 7, the mount of Carl Nesius from the Chris Snaith stable. Let's take a look at his last run.
It's a wide open affair along the outside now. Russian Rivals coming home strongly. Shankar up the centre. Down the inside, Golden Legacy is still thereabouts. Shankar, though, is the leader from Russian Rival. King of the Strip and Puller taking off on the stand side. But Shankar has the race stone cold. King of the Strip's trying to come late. But Shankar's well clear, driving down to the line. Will win it by 2 lengths from King of the Strip.
Well, we are talking about King of the Strip, but I'd just like to make mention of Shankar, who was costly to follow early on in his career. But I'm sure that owner Robert Bloomberg will be well pleased to see that Shankar has now developed into a very useful sprinter. King of the Strip, having his 3rd run after the rest, pardon the pun, will be the one to beat and will strip a lot fitter.
Well, that's, of course, from Kenilworth. We're right out of time for tonight's programme. We'll be back tomorrow evening at 7:30 to review racing around the country and see how they run. Of course, racing will come to you from Gosford Park, Clarewood Park in Natal, featuring the Top Sport Bloodline Derby, and then again from Kenilworth.
Just before we go, Oscar, we've been giving this some serious thought to Top Sport Bloodline Derby. Chief Advocate, the one for you, so we hope he runs well. From us here in the studio, thank you for joining us. We'll be back at 7:30 with a weekend racing review. Until then, as usual, we'll see you at the races.
They've split up into 2 groups. Little Kiss on the outside now has the lead from Bob's Your Uncle. London Mist has moved up into 3rd. Behind that is Novgorod and then Sharp Ledge. Reading over towards the inside, Fulfillment, Mountain Quest. Behind that comes American Flyer, and Golden Prerogative has got about 2 lengths to track down. 300 metres to go now. It's Little Kiss on the outside, joined in front by London Mist. Then comes Novgorod. Fulfillment is now in full cry down towards the inside. London Mist, Novgorod over towards the outside. Little Kiss and Fulfillment is running on strongly down towards the inside. London Mist, Fulfillment down the inside. National Dance running on. Little Kiss on the extreme outside. It's a mighty close call. I cannot separate London Mist and on the outside Little Kiss. Down the inside, Fulfillment. The 3 of them racing to the line abreast.
Well, as you can see from the freeze, it's desperately close. But that man, Stephen Jupp, absolutely devastating this afternoon at Gosford Park. The victor aboard the Roy Magna train, number 6, London Mist. 2nd place went to the Tony Millard trained number 8, Little Kiss. And 3rd place to the Gene Hemming favourite, number 4, Fulfillment under Francine Ordier.
They passed the 200. Nimble Kelly clinging on to the lead. Straight Edge on the inside and Ashmore. Nimble Kelly, Straight Edge is coming home strongly on the inside. You're in for a big upset here. Nimble Kelly or Straight Edge. Nimble Kelly, Straight Edge. Nimble Kelly has beaten Straight Edge. Ashmore was third. In behind that we had Russian Affair.
Well, Nimble Kelly from the Michael Azzi stable has always been very dangerous at Gosford Park. He was the winner, number 6, Nimble Kelly. Second place going to number 5, Straight Edge. And third place to number 8, Ashmore.
To Book on the inside and Lake Tacos. It's come down to these two over the last 150 metres. Lake Tacos on the grandstand side. To Book just as tough and coming back again. To Book and on the outside Lake Tacos. They run down to the wire. To Book by a nose from Lake Tacos in second. 5 lengths away to Hawk My Man.
Well, we're sorry about that, Oscar. They don't come closer than that. And number 9, To Book, eventually getting up under Paul Whitmore to head our best bet on the card at the Transvaal. Number 6, Lake Tacos. The third place went to number 4, Hawk My Man.
Well, that wraps up a very exciting afternoon's racing at Gosford Park. It's now time to turn our attentions down to Millerton in the Cape. The feature race there, the winter trial over 1,400 metres.
Well, absolute disaster for Cape race goes as the favourite Ellie's Truth ran unplaced. Victory going to number 6, Gulliver's Travels. Second place went to number 2, Dashing Waves. And third place to number 9, Phantom Mist.
Well, we're now going to show you the long-time favourite for the English 2000 Guineas, Zaphonic. He's one of Sheikh Mohammed's horses to be